Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of Congratulations to Congratulations for the 7th President of the United States, Dr. Cornel West. I am so happy to join you. I probably won't have a whole lot of engagement because for some reason I put 7 a.m. on the tag instead of 7 p.m. That's my own fault. As you can see, I am solo because this is platform day. I had started the platform. I'm going to just go over the whole thing again, try to get through the platform of Dr. West. But before I get started, visit the website. It's coming up eventually. CornelWest2024.com. Again, that website is CornelWest2024.com. That is the website. I have two big announcements. One, I'm definitely saving for the end of the show. I'm definitely saving. Remember to comment, like, share, hit that thumbs up button. We're going to especially need it today because, again, like I said, for some reason, I put the wrong time. I am in the background trying to bring up the platform so I can do a share screen and we'll get started. And I'll talk a little bit, I guess. Well, no, I won't because I've done a video of that today. I was going to say I'll talk about the debates, but basically, Dr. West wasn't in it. So, like, why do I care? I literally don't care. I mean, what? That water's still cold from this morning. Whew. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to share the platform and I'm bringing it up. We'll go through these items as quickly as we can. But remember to comment. I know I did one earlier today on my StreamYard and nobody commented, but I saw people watching. Don't be afraid to comment. Even if you want to just say hello. If you just say hello to me, I would appreciate it. Because I see people watching, but, just say hi. How you doing? How are you? What we going to do? So we'll have this platform up here. Tracy, are you drinking a job again? Yes, I am. And hello, Nelson. Thank you for checking in. That was the last little bit of water that I had today. I gotta drink some more because my water consumption is very, very poor. So it's leading to a lot of health problems. But yes, I am drinking on the job again. But it's water, H2O. I'm not going to talk about the debate at all on this program because I did a separate video that for some reason on iMovie is taking 52 hours to load up, which means I'm going to have to leave my computer on all night so you all can get it. Yay! All night, all day, and tomorrow too. There's another comment came in. That's why I'm silent because somehow StreamYard is taking forever and a day to show up. Knocking back that precious fluid of life. Eat your water and your fruits. I do that, but I have to watch it because I have diabetes. I'm type 1 diabetic. So when you eat a lot of fruits, those blood sugars go up and up and up. So I have to watch that. But you can't eat water in your fruits. You can't do that. I just, like I said, I had to be really careful. So as you know, today you see I don't have a guest. I purposely didn't have a guest. I'll have guests next week, the week after that. And again, stay tuned for the major announcement. I mean major announcement. One I'm going to make here and the other, yes, I'm going to make you wait until the show is over. So, the first one I'm going to make is this. my channel is sponsoring an independent voter forum on 2 dates, September the 24th at 7 p.m. and October 5th. That should be 1 p.m. I don't just ignore that time on the 5th. It's October the 5th at 1 p.m. So I'm looking to speak to those who are planning on voting for third or alternative parties. Again, that's going to be September the 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and October the 5th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm leaving the address up so that people can take it down. I am looking for on the 24th. I'm opening it up to 4 additional guests. And then on the 5th, I'm opening it up to 19 additional guests. So if you want to be on one of those shows, you can't be on both. Go there to fill out the form. I look forward to your participation. We're going to have just a great discussion. It'll take place over 2 days. Like I said, it'll be September the 24th at 7 p.m. and October the 5th. Even though that says 7, it's 1 p.m. on October the 5th. So let's get started with this platform. Come on through with these comments, y'all, please. Florida Natural Law Party, Future Justice for All Party. So we're going to talk about the platform. When I share screens, the one thing I've learned is that it's better to do it with 2 computers. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try something. I'm going to try something, yo. I'm going to turn on. I'm not going to share screens because that just annoys me. I can't see between the 2 screens, right? So, I'm going to try this and see does it work. Okay, so we're going to try this and see does it work. If it doesn't, and see how well this works. Okay, so we're going to do this. And how is everybody today? Just trying to do this to see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll go back to what I was doing before. But basically what I'm going to try to do is to let's see. I'm going to try to turn on my other computer at the same time. Why I didn't think of this idea before, I don't know. But hey, all I got is time this afternoon or this evening. Yeah, I'm with you, Nelson. I'll show your comment here in a second. Let me be honest. I did watch the debate for my other podcast that I do because I had promised I was going to watch it and I was going to, I like to keep my word. If I say I'm going to do something, then I try to do it. But they are pretentious corporate stooges, exactly. But don't tell people that because, I put this on my Facebook page. People are more upset about how Kamala Harris's name is pronounced than they are about the situation in Gaza. Like, that's what you should be upset about, right? You should be upset that, you should be upset that there are countless civilians being killed. But you're more upset than, So, oh, shut up. Okay, so we're gonna skip and we're gonna put the, yep, yeah. So what I'm basically doing is I'm bringing this up and I'm emailing it to myself. I'm getting into my own StreamYard and I'm gonna bring up the platform on my other computer because I just thought about it. If I'm not gonna talk with on one, okay, so we're gonna try that. Y'all forgive me. I literally just thought of this idea. I literally just thought of it. So we're gonna go here. And then I'll mute myself on this screen and talk to you all on this screen. And this will work out just fine. Because that way I don't have to keep like do. Okay, so we're gonna enter in. And we're gonna let this one be the one that shares. And it's gonna say other screen because technically this is what it is. Okay. Okay, so we're not gonna do that. We're gonna, okay. Do you all hear like a backdrop sound, like an echo sound, or no? Type 1 if you hear an echo sound, and type 2 if you do not. Okay, so now in the background, I'm going to go to Cornel West's website, 2024.com. Oh, you all heard the background? No? Okay. Okay, I'm going to turn the microphone off on the other. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. How can I correct this? We're going to get this done. I'm telling y'all, we're going to get this done. I got it on mute. Dang on it. Ugh. Okay. So it looks like we're going to be doing the other screen. It didn't work the way I thought. So, boo, boo, boo. So we're going to be sharing screens today. Don't like it. I thought for certain I could get that in there, but I'm gonna figure that out because I know I had a good idea going there. So let's start off with the platform and talk about why the West platform is so important. So, we keep hearing this out of other third-party candidates, like they're the only ones that are calling for the occupation of the Palestinians to stop. Wrong. Dr. West has been calling for the end of the occupation for over 40 years. And it really makes me angry that he doesn't get his respect for doing that. And I'm trying to close this computer down, so God, sorry. Okay, so we're gonna shut her down. Okay. So, he doesn't get his respect for that. And he also gets accused of a lot of other things that aren't true. So he gets accused of being a Russia bot, or he gets accused of, secretly working for the Democratic Party or whatever. So I thought, you know what? Why don't I just not have a guest on today and literally talk about the platform? Now, last time I did that is because the guest kind of canceled out at the last minute. But this was purposeful. I purposely did not plan for a guest because I was doing this. So we're going to start. So the first one we're going to talk about is Black maternal injustice. That's the first one we're going to talk about. In the spirit of justice with a profound commitment to the sanctity of life, the West Abdullah campaign presents the Black maternal justice pillar. The policy is an acknowledgement of the grave injustices faced by Black mothers in the United States who endure disproportionately high rates of maternal mortality and morbidity. It is a moral imperative to confront and dismantle the systematic racism and I think that should be inequalities embedded within our healthcare system that portray Black women during one of the most pivotal experiences of their life. The Black maternal justice pillar is built upon the following foundational commitments. I'm not going to read all the description. I'm just going to kind of read the bullet point. Not the whole bullet point, but some parts of it. Comprehensive funding increase, cultural competency and bias training, community health worker programs, data collection and research, access to midwifery and doula services, and policy and oversight policy committee. Now, I want to know from you all that are watching, because some of y'all is watching, what other campaigns got that on their website? Do we have to go visit the Trump website that literally has as one of their agendas, hey, keep men out of women's restrooms? Like, oh, that's a concern. That's a major, major, major concern. I'm going to keep that screen up for all the show. So just get used to seeing it. I'm not going to take it down. Where is it at? We don't even have neither one of the I hate to use major because it's like I'm giving them credit. Neither of the uniparty candidates has that as a part of their platform. And yet Black mothers continue to die while giving childbirth. Nobody addresses it. Everybody's okay with it. Apparently, because if you weren't okay with it, you would be doing what the West Abdullah campaign is doing. It just amazes me that Dr. West is getting all this criticism for not having a platform. I mean, I'm literally reading what his platform is. I'm like literally saying, okay, this is it. You know, but again, I'm moving through this because I said I thought I took too much time explaining it last time, because a lot of these are just like self-explanatory. They explain themselves. But what I want you to see is the rationale behind what they're saying. And again, I'll say it once and I'll say it again. His platform got a lot better when he left the Green Party. It just did. It just did. And that's just a fact. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and argue with people that say, oh, he should have just stayed. Nah, he made the best decision for himself. Okay, so next is child justice. In an unwavering commitment to sanctity and potential of every child, the Cornel West for President campaign introduces the Child and Justice Protection Pillar. The fundamental element of our platform advocates for a world where each child is nurtured in environments that foster the well-being, development, and dignity. It champions a holistic and inclusive approach to child justice protection, addressing the varied needs of children across the spectrum of society. Here are the key initiatives. Reform the juvenile justice system. Uphold children's rights in justice systems. Prevention and diversion strategies. Strengthen child protective services systems. Eliminate harmful practices and ensure safe environments. Ensure equal access to quality education by eliminating competitive grants, also known as test-based funding, which is so important. Enact universal access to healthy lunches and provide source vegetables, rich food options for all children in K through 12 via the Department of Education. Okay, I had to read that one because they didn't cut it off. The Child Justice and Protection Pillar embodies the Cornel West for President campaign's dedication to creating a society that honors every child's rights, voices, and dreams. It is a testament to our beliefs in a future where children's justice and protections are paramount, a future where every child can flourish in a world that recognizes and celebrates their inherent worth and potential. I want to talk about and I know I said I'm not going to talk about all of these. I want to go back to that eliminating test-based funding, because to me this is one of the most, and again, keep your comments coming, please keep your comments coming, but this is one of the areas where people just don't talk about. Our education system, well, let me backtrack. So in my opinion, this is a West Campaign site, this is clearly my opinion. If you test for intelligence, that doesn't make you very intelligent. You know, there are several types of ways of learning. And to take one standardized test and say, this is going to be it, will measure every child by this, and it doesn't address the several different ways of learning, is already inherently contrived. And it's another way to kind of ease out public schools and to turn funding over to charter schools and private schools and religious schools. It just is. It's just like, I wish that people did, you know, not the West Abdullah campaign, obviously, because they're calling for an end to it. But I wish we could just admit to ourselves that our cities are doing this. We're literally making children take tests and basing funding off of that test to get rid of public schools. That's the goal. The goal is, let's get rid of public schools. Let's put it under corporate control so that we can, you know, propagandize to children, because of course, you know, you got to start them off young. You got to start them off young. So there's that. Nelson's got a comment, and then I'll go back to the other ones. It is something, he's talking about Black and maternal health. It is something that happens, but because the corporate media doesn't cover it, it goes unnoticed. They really do. And you would think with all these tokenized Black reporters, somebody would be like, hey, my people, Don, Black women are more in danger in childbirth due to lack of health care. Medicare for all. Medicare for all. I might have to go get some more water. I am thirsty. The next one is disability justice. Rooted in the Cornel West for President campaign's vision for a society that cherishes justice and equity, the Disability Justice Platform is a profound commitment to advocating for the rights, dignity, and comprehensive inclusion of individuals with disabilities. This pillar recognizes disability justice as an essential framework that acknowledges the multidimensional nature of oppression, intertwining with other critical social justice movements. It is built upon the following critical commitments: intersectional empowerment, economic security, accessible technology, support for families in early intervention, civil liberties and rights, affordable and accessible housing, eliminate enforced poverty for people receiving disability support by abolishing net worth limits. That's another one I want to talk about. So, if you don't know, if you're not on if you ever go on disability, to go on it, your income has to meet a certain criteria. If your income exceeds that while you're on disability, it's cut off. I forget what the rate is. If somebody knows it, please put it in the comment section. I don't know what that rate is, but I do know it's an income means testing type of thing where you have to you can't make more than XYZ to receive the benefit. And I definitely need that to disappear because it already costs a lot, just to make it, right? I mean, apartments are like $1,000 a month where I live at. And I know that's probably low because in some areas I've heard $1,500, $1,600, $1,700. And I know for most people, the most I've ever heard of somebody getting from disability is like $2,300. Plus they had to pay for Medicare Part B. Plus they have to, eat. Plus they have to do all these other things. And just kind of having those income restrictions, it's just not right. So I really think that really needs to go away. And I'm glad that the West campaign is advocating for that. So the disability justice pillar manipulates the Cornel West for President campaign dedication to systemic change that uplifts and addresses the concern of those most marginalized. It is a commitment to building an inclusive, empathetic world where the diversity and potential of every individual with disabilities are recognized, celebrated, and nurtured. I'm going to kind of do the next ones together just because I want to. So economic justice. In the spirit of the voice of Cornel West, let us deeply engage, and this is economic justice, so I'll start over again. In the spirit of and voice of Dr. Cornel West, let us deeply engage with the vision of economic justice as a testament to our collective commitment to rectify historical injustices and build a society rooted in compassion, equity, and love. Our campaign for 2024 is not merely a political endeavor, but a profound moral crusade to ensure that the wealth of this great nation serves not the few, but many, every beautiful soul walking this land. Points include to eradicate poverty, to abolish homelessness, to create federal public banking, a universal income commission, a wealth tax to end the oligarchy, a national $27 minimum wage, expansive parental leave and disability benefits, a national jobs program, supporting worker-owned cooperatives, housing as a right, breaking up monopolies, banning stock buyback programs by government officials, and ending the use of credit scores in essential services. Okay, I lied. I'm not gonna do another one after this. I'm just gonna talk about this one. And again, we kind of fell off on our comments here. We haven't had a comment in about 6 minutes. Y'all keep them coming. Keep the comments coming. We offer $15 an hour for minimum wage. We're just off of it. We are literally off of that. It take way more than $15. 15 is better than the $7.25 that we have, yes. But it's not close enough to where we need. We actually need the minimum wage, the living wage. I'll start calling it a living wage. That's what we actually need. And I know I didn't read that part in there, but it says that there would be considerations for people living in higher cost areas because it costs, I mean, even $27 an hour isn't enough if you live in Hawaii, California, Washington, Oregon, New York, Atlanta. I mean, it's not enough. It's sad that we live in a nation where we tell people, oh, $7.25, that'll do it. What can you, if you work 40 hours a week, that one job is not going to be enough for you to live off of. It's just not. You can't afford to purchase your own health insurance because it's not like we have Medicare for all. You can't afford to purchase food. Food banks are running out of food. I mean, it's just very frustrating that there are people that don't want to see a living wage. They're cool with whatever it is that's going on now. And here's a quick reminder before I go back to my list. Please remember that this channel is sponsoring an independent voter forum, September the 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and October the 5th, even though that says 7 p.m. is actually 1 p.m. There is the address. I'm going to leave it up for a little bit because I want people to take that down. We on the 24th show are looking for 5 additional guests. I said 4, but it's actually 5 additional guests on the 24th and 19 additional guests on the 5th. So remember that independent voter forum is September the 24th at 7 p.m. live here on StreamYard, Using Stream Live, it'll be live on YouTube. And October the 5th at 1 p.m. and that will be via a Zoom link. So, it just, like I said, it amazes me that people think, oh, $7.25, that'll do it. Who can live off of that? Please point me to the person that can live off of that. You would think the Republicans would be for a national jobs program, but they are not. Neither party wants any of these things, right? Housing is definitely a right. And when I say housing, I mean a house, not an apartment, because we need those property tax dollars that most states use, which I wish states would look at how they fund schools and not use property taxes. But I'm a strong advocate for a national jobs program. I'm especially encouraged on the ending use of credit scores. This hurts so many people. It hurts so many people. When I was trying to get this house, you had people, some banks wanted a 620 score. Some banks wanted a 580. Some banks wanted 720. Using credit scores for housing it wasn't always like that. This is just a way for the banking industry to deny Black people housing. I'll just say what I think. I don't even care. Don't like me, I literally don't care. Using credit scores for things, like I could almost see it like if you worked at a bank. Well, okay, you're working with money. You kind of want a decent credit score, right? But if you're a school teacher, let me backtrack. What does your credit score have to do with getting car insurance? Why should you get a look? I mean, who's actually getting better insurance because their credit is good? Why are you even using credit to determine whether I can get car insurance? Why are you using credit to determine whether I could get housing? Housing is a right. We have many people that have been just destroyed because they had to file bankruptcy. They had to, and they now can't get homes. And we know, again, that's where schools get their funding from. Public schools, they get their funding from houses, property taxes. If you're just building apartments like they are in Indianapolis, you just see a bunch of properties. Where does the money from schools come from? So you have a two-tier solution. Number one, definitely the West Abdullah campaign. Stop using credit scores to determine who can't get a house. Just stop. And second, come up with a better way to fund our public schools than using property taxes. Those are a couple things I'm thinking. So let me see what's next. Okay, so we got educational justice. The West Abdullah campaign passionately upholds education justice as a sacred commitment to our children and our future, and the deep tradition of struggles for dignity and equality. The vision of education justice is not just a series of policy adjustments. It is a moral crusade to transform the soul of our education system, ensuring it becomes a beacon of hope, empowerment, and liberation for every student, regardless of their background. Centering public schools, equalizing school funding, free tuition for higher education, fair compensation for teachers, dismantling the school to prison pipeline, cancellation of student loan debt, equitable admissions and practices, preserving adequate historical education, supporting HBCUs and TCUs. And now we're going to go to elder justice. These are the two I wanted to combine because I want to try to get this list out and knock it out because I got an announcement to make at the end of the show. So we're going to talk about elder justice. Rooted deeply in the principles of truth, justice, and love, the Cornel West for President campaign is proud to unveil the Elder Justice Pillar. This initiative embodies our steadfast dedication to uplifting senior communities' dignity, well-being, and rights. By honoring our elders' wisdom, experiences, and contributions, we commit to ensuring their latter years are marked with respect, care, and security. The Elder Justice Pillar pledges to combat abuse and neglect, ensure health care access, guarantee economic security, foster inclusion and participation, support age-friendly environments, empower caregivers, embrace technology for elder care, and adopt an introspective approach. Next one, environmental justice. And then I'll take a break here. A little break, small break. Not a break, but just a break from clumping them all together. Environmental justice. I'm trying to find something here. In the rich tradition of love and justice that guides our campaign, the Cornel West for President mission for environmental justice is not merely a public policy, but a moral call to arms. The battle against the existential threat of climate change, compounded by the disproportionate impact of our most vulnerable brothers and sisters, demands a radical reimagining our relationship with the earth, each other, and our future generations by Global Green Initiative, the constitutional right to a healthy environment, nationalization of the fossil fuel industry, which I'm 1,000,000% in favor of, declaration of a climate emergency, halting oil and gas projects, a moratorium on false solutions exposes a halt to dangerous gambles masquerading as solutions, climate reparations, recognizing the deep injustice of climate change, justice for environmental sacrifice zones, cancel the harmful projects such as cancel harmful projects, the risk bond program, the FPIC for Indigenous People program, ending water privatization, rescind harmful legislation, anticipate climate-induced displacement. So those three together, I mean, how clear can you get? And I especially want to talk about the environment because we never talk, and I say we, I'm talking about podcasters. We as podcasters never talk about environmental racism. We don't talk about it. It's like it doesn't exist. Some of these dangerous things like, fracking and pollution zones are always in Black and brown communities. Because I refuse to say people of color. That's just not gonna be one for me. And we never talk about it. It's like it's just like it's not there. So I wish there was more talk about environmental racism because it's definitely a thing. So we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, we're gonna have to move fast on these, but I want to get to Nelson's comment first. 15 an hour is not a living wage. With the increase of prices makes it difficult for people to even get by. It does. That's why food pantries are running out of resources because they have to give so much of it away to people that need resources. But hey, there's going to be a price gouging. Kamal's going to take care of that, right? Yeah, y'all believe that. Y'all believe anything. Trust me. Trust and believe it won't happen. So we're going to view this here. Nope, we're going to go back to this. Gender justice. In the prophetic tradition that calls upon us to break the chains of oppression, and in the spirit of radical love that recognizes the sacred worth of every individual, the West Abdullah campaign proudly upholds the women's justice pillar, although that says gender justice. The cornerstone of our platform is a clarion call to dismantle the systematic injustice that obstructs women's full participation in every aspect of society. It is a commitment to champion gender equity and to empower all women and girls confronting the myriad challenges they face in unwavering resolve and compassion. The pillar comprises of the following: publishing the duty of the ratified Equal Rights Amendment as the 28th Amendment, Reproductive Rights and Healthcare Access, which means they would actually codify Roe v. Wade and not just give lip service to it, then get in there talking about we can't do anything. Protection against gender-based violence, economic empowerment, political and social representation, educating all girls and women, international women's rights for global solidarity, global justice. In the spirit of prophetic, pragmatic, and rooted in deep love for humanity that transcends borders, the Cornel West for President campaign brings forth a vision of global justice that seeks not only to critique the injustices for the current global order, but courageously reimagine and reconstruct the United States' role in the world. an unwavering commitment to peace, cooperation, respect for sovereignty, and the universal dignity of all peoples underpins the vision. Our policy pillars for global justice are steps towards healing the wounds inflicted by past and present injustices and paving the way for a future where every nation and every person can thrive by dismantling the U.S. by dismantling U.S. imperialism. Very important. Reducing the military's budget. I'm gonna definitely go back to that one. Disbanding NATO. Thank you. Closing U.S. bases abroad. Promoting global cooperation. Ceasing support from conflicts reflects our dedication to peace. Ending military funding for Israel and advocating for Palestinian dignity. Halting support to national campaign. Oh, if I can read. Halting support to nations committing war crimes, i.e., Israel. Establishing a Truth and Reconciliation Commission for U.S. interventions abroad. Normalizing relations with Cuba. That's literally the only thing that Obama got right. Right? Like, he lifted the embargo. I mean, he didn't do enough. But normalizing relations with Cuba and lifting the embargo. Non-intervention in Haiti respects their sovereignty because we done really messed up their country and then get mad when they come here. Canceling debt for developing nations. Fighting global patriarchy. Gun violence. In the profound spirit of love and justice, and if I could read, in the profound spirit of love and justice that annihilates our shared, now I'm going to do this one more time. In the profound spirit of love and justice that animates our shared humanity, the Cornel West for President campaign confronts the scourge of gun violence with a deep moral urgency and comprehensive strategy for peace and safety. Our campaign understands the epidemic of gun violence, not only that takes precious lives, but also casts long shadows of fear and grief across communities. Our proposed policies are rooted in profound aspects for life, a commitment to communities' well-being, and an unwavering dedication to preventing future tragedies. Here is what the campaign is calling for. National Gun Registry Database, please. Thank you. Gun ownership licensing requirements. Limiting the sales at gun shows. A national red flag law. Health justice. In the prophetic fire of justice and deep well of compassion that has always defined our journey, the Cornel West for President campaign seeks to reform and revolutionize the landscape of health justice in America. It is a declaration that health is not a privilege for the affluent, but a fundamental human right, accessible to all, irrespective of economic, social, or racial divides that fragment our society by going beyond Medicare for all. I'm gonna have to probably read that one because it's kind of like important. It aims for a holistic approach to where health justice interweaves with the social, economic, and environmental fibers of our society. It is a commitment to not just heal the body, but to nourish the soul and mend the fabric of our communities. Habeas corpus healthcare, codification of abortion rights, inclusion of healthcare policies, nationalization of healthcare industries, ending medical apartheid, ending the war on drugs reform, the COVID-19 Truth Commission, the Vaccine Safety and Utilization Panel, and the Health Bill of Rights for Disabled People, immigration justice. I'm doing pretty good. In the prophetic spirit that guides us towards compassion, the Cornel West for President campaign presents a vision for immigration justice that recognizes the divine worth of every soul seeking refuge and opportunity within our borders. The vision is grounded in the understanding that our strength as a nation is derived from our ability to welcome, integrate, and uplift those who come from distant lands, bearing dreams and talents that enrich our collective tapestry. Our policies are a commitment to transforming the U.S. immigration system into a beacon of hope grounded in the principles of dignity, respect, and human rights by massive investment in public transformation, ending the inhumane treatment of migrants, streamlining legal pathways, acknowledging and addressing U.S. responsibility, abolishing ICE. Oh, that's so important. Abolishing ICE and demilitarizing the border, upholding asylum laws, LGP. Oh, let's see. I knew I was going to get this wrong. LGBTQIA justice. In the beloved community we strive to build, the Cornel West for President campaign elevates the struggle of the LGBTQIA plus justice as a cornerstone of our moral and political agenda. In a nation marred by shadows of exclusion and oppression, our policies shine as beacons of hope, affirming the inherent dignity and sacred worth of every individual, irrespective of their sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression. This is our commitment to not just tolerate, but to love, acceptance, and the celebration of our rich diversity. If I could read. So ensure ending the assaults of transgendered people, gender affirming care standards, equal rights amendment for the LGBTQIA plus residents, a national ban on discriminatory laws, racial justice. In the spirit of prophets who have gone before us and armed with the love that does justice, the West Abdullah campaign declares an unwavering commitment in the racial justice as a very heartbeat of our collective pursuit of democracy. Our campaign stands as a beacon of hope and actions against the historical and ongoing scourge of racism that has tarnished America's soul. Our policies are not just proposals. They are moral imperatives to heal our nation's wounds and forge a path towards the true equity and liberation for all by, most important one, reparations for Black U.S. citizens. The expedited reparations progress, legislation action for reparations, ending mass incarceration, addressing Black maternity mortality, public review commission, a restoration of voters' rights, a land buyback commission, investigating missions, investigating missing in Tracy, you're gonna learn how to read. Investigating missing and murdered Indigenous women, Justice for Black Farmers Act. Show me any campaign that's got a Justice for Black Farmers Act, and I'll show you $50 in my pocket. Transformative justice. I think I'm almost done with this list. Because again, I got a huge announcement. Let me see where I'm at. And then I'll go to your comments because I know you have them. So we're 2 away from being done. So, transformative justice. In the prophetic tradition that compels us to speak truth to power, the West Abdullah campaign heralds a new dawn for justice in America, a transformative justice that seeks not to merely reform, but to fundamentally reimagine the very aspect of our criminal justice system and societal structures. The vision is deeply rooted in an unwavering commitment to dignity, equity, sanctity for every human life by free speech and whistleblower protections, shutting down cop cities that tend to be in democratic holds. I said what I said. Ending mass incarceration and the prison industrial complex. Redistributing police funding towards community-led safety initiatives. Developing alternatives to incarceration. The Prisoner Bill of Rights, which I don't hear anybody talking about. Abolishing solitary confinement, which literally nobody else is talking about. Address sentencing disparities. Comprehensive sentencing reform. Restoring voters' rights and making black voters' rights permanent and not restored every 25 years. I'm adding that, but I'm just saying. Demilitarizing policies and prohibiting military-grade equipment in civilian police, because why do police have tanks? And ending militarized police training by military forces. Next, voter justice. In the spirit of the great democratic tradition, but I disagree because we don't have a democracy, but I see where they're going. In the spirit of the great democratic tradition that have illuminated the path towards justice and equality, the Cornel West for President campaign envisions a renaissance of voter justice, a profound transformation of our electoral process that truly reflects the will, wisdom, and dignity of people. This vision, born out of recognition that the cornerstone of democracy rests on the ability of every citizen to participate fully and freely in the electoral process, unencumbered by barriers, unswayed by corporate interests, and unafraid by systematic disenfranchisement. I'm going to learn how to read one of these days. Making Election Day a national holiday. Automatic same-day voter registration. Vote by mail. Federal Democracy Commission. Promoting ranked choice voting, please. Term limits for the Supreme Court justices. Thank you very much. Prohibiting donations to judges, which, why do we even let that happen? Banning former elected officials from lobbying, establishing term limits for elected officials. Important. Worker justice. I think worker justice is the very last one. I'm done, y'all. And I'm going to try to read this right. In the prophetic tradition of justice, the Cornel West for President campaign harkens back to the time when the worth of one's labor was not merely measured in dollars and cents, but in dignity, respect, and collective well-being for our communities. Our policy pillars for worker justice are not just policy proposals, they are moral imperatives, a call to honor the sacred worth of every worker in our nation by the Workers' Bill of Rights, unionization protections, collective bargaining in nonprofits, contract negotiations, broad representation, reform paid family leave, equal pay for equal work. Here's something that you never gonna hear anybody else but I think Dr. West talking about: a 4-day work week, fair trade agreement, and national free pre-K child care. Let me tell y'all something about this platform. Um, we um we need this man in office. Um, very, 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 very seriously. Um, if you had the displeasure of watching the debate like I did, you know we need Dr. Cornel West as our president. Very badly. Very, very badly. Very, very, very badly. So I want you all, because you couldn't see the screen, so I tried to do as best as I could, fumbling all kind of words. Visit the website at cornelwest2024.com. You can read this platform for yourself. You can sign up to volunteer. You can even talk about what we do after the election. Because that's what's really important. You know, I just can't say it enough that we need Dr. West in office. So I'm going to read some comments, and then I got some announcements. Oh, we already read that one. The only reason Obama opened up relations with Cuba is because Nelson and... See, I'm going to learn how to read. See, that's what's going to happen. Tracy going to learn how to read. The only reason Obama opened up relations with Cuba is because Nelson Mandela got it to happen. Pablo Sanchez, thank you for checking in. I hope you watch next week because I got a huge, huge, huge announcement. It's so huge. I'm telling you guys, stick around. It's huge. It's huge. It's huge. It's huge. But thank you, he says, God, or Pablo, because I don't know whether I don't assign people their genders. So Pablo says, God bless the homeless vets. Another person. Okay, so I'm going to try this, and I know I'm not going to get it right. Bod Hashtava FM says, thank you for all your hard work, Tracy. You're welcome. Put up some prayers for Doc. He needs wisdom from what's next. All those policies are made to take power away from corporate empires and give it back to the people. That would make this a country for the people and by the people. West Abdullah for president. Well read, Tracy. You definitely deserve. Oh, I'm gonna get a big old gallon of water after this. I'm like, bleh, bleh, bleh. Okay, children of all ages, people all over the world, I have an announcement. I'm gonna get. Are you all sitting down? Are you all sitting down? This is a big, 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 very big announcement. As you know, last September, I started this podcast. And my goal had always been to talk to supporters of Dr. West. I want you to tune in this Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because our guest will be Dr. Cornel West. He will make an appearance on this podcast. He will make an appearance. Let me say that one more time. Something I never thought would happen. Something I didn't think was ever going to happen. Dr. Cornel West will be on this podcast Thursday. We're still going to have a Saturday show. Because that's our, let's see. Saturday's our year anniversary show. So yes, Dr. Cornel West will be on this podcast Thursday, September the 19th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't you miss it. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, I need this people watching number. I need that in triple digits. I need it in triple digits. I'm going to say it one more time, just in case you didn't hear it. Thursday, the 19th of September, Dr. Cornel West will be our guest on this podcast. We're going to have a whole lot to talk about. Again, when I started this show, I think I said in the first episode that it was never my goal to get Dr. West on the show. One, because I don't have enough subscribers. I literally don't. And I want him to be seen by the most people possible. And my podcast isn't going to get it. But so many of you all out there watching, I'm not going to call any names. But 2 of you are watching, have said, Tracy, when Dr. West going to be on? Tracy, when Dr. West is going to be on? Well, you got the answer to your question. He's going to be on Thursday. This Thursday, the 19th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I need the number of people watching to be in the triple digits. I need more people watching on that. Of course, watch all of the shows, but especially on that date because it will be live. That means I'm probably not going to hit y'all questions like I'm hitting them now. But that's okay. Dr. Cornel West will be on this show Thursday, September the 19th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have been holding on to that for a week. I wanted to tell y'all so bad. I want just to be like, can I keep it? Can I keep it? I can keep secrets, but it's like, okay. I'm not gonna Yes, Nelson, I know. It was like, it was something, I to be honest, I never thought to do it. Because again, I wanted to talk to other people kind of like me. We're just out here, we're supporting, we're trying to do what we can to get them on the ballots in different states. That was always the goal. But again, so many of you kept saying, when is he going to be on the show? When he's going to be on the show? Well, he's going to be on the show September the 19th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't congratulate me. Congratulate the person who put me in a meeting that I was at Dr. West and wasn't prepared to speak. It was basically his doing that got me on there. His staff worked on this, not me. So it's because of you guys. You guys really kept saying, no, Tracy, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. It wasn't me. Yes, Rude Byway MC Thursday. That's exactly right. Thursday, September the 19th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We need those numbers to be triple. I need like if you're watching me right now, this is what I want you to do. If you have Facebook or Twitter, or you got an email list that you keep of people you email everybody you know, or post on Facebook or post on Twitter that Dr. Cornel West is going to be on this show Thursday the 19th, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's what I need you all to do. It's going to be a great show. You will not see me in this room. I'll be in the other room because I'm just, I'm here now and I'm like calm and cool and collective. But I'm excited because one, I literally didn't think this was going to ever happen. And I was okay with that. I was literally okay with Dr. West not ever being on the show. It didn't bother me. I wasn't going to be offended by it. But now that it's happening, hey, he's here. And he may have to dip out a little earlier than an hour. So you may not get him for the whole hour. You'll get him for a significant amount of time. I do promise that. But, guys, I've been holding on to that one I've been holding on to it for almost a week and a half. So, like I said, if you could all do me a favor If you're watching this show live, or you come back and watch it a little bit later, I plan on sending out an email blast. But we need those numbers on Thursday to be extremely high. I mean, 18 and 19 and 20 times higher than what I'm seeing on that screen. No, even 200 times higher. We need as many people on that podcast. Yeah. Okay. So let's see what the next question is. Can you link us? Can you get? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I think I can. Can you give us a link to share? I think I can do that. Hold on a second. I think I can do that. Hold on. I'm doing it in the background, so that's why you may not see me. I think I can give you a link. I think I can. Because it's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. Like I said, I'm excited. I don't know how I'm going to act. I'm pretty much going to be casual Tracy because I always am casual Tracy. Let's see. I'm still getting the link, y'all. I'm glad you asked that question though. And I'll go back and put it in the comment section like after this podcast goes off. I'll do it then too, but I do want to do it while I'm on the air. Let's see. I'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get it. Okay, so we're gonna cut and paste, copy paste this. I'm getting it, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just copying it. Just copying it. Now I gotta put it. Okay, so to answer your question, Rude, by the way, here is the link. So I'm gonna leave this up a little bit and then I'll go back to Nelson's there is the link for the 19th. There it is right there. Of course, I'm going to send, you're not on Facebook and I don't know your email address. I think I know your email address. But I'm sending out an email blast Sunday and Wednesday and then Thursday at like 4. But there is the link that you can share with all of your friends and let them know, hey, tune in September the 19th, 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm leaving it up there just a few more seconds so you can copy it. There is the link. Nelson, I'm going to let you have the final word on this as soon as it gets here. He says, don't underestimate your hard work and efforts. You are the vessel for it to happen. Yes, Nelson, that's true. And keep your notifications on, but tell somebody else too. We need as many people watching that podcast as possible. I mean, we need basically like more than 200. We need like as many people as we can possibly get to watch that show. Of course, I want you to watch all my other shows, but especially this one. This is probably the biggest interview I've ever had. So, although I've interviewed other presidential campaign candidates, I've never actually interviewed one that I supported, nor had a podcast named after. But yes, If you do turn on the notification, you're going to get a notification that I'm live. But again, having a notification on is not enough. We want you to tell another person. So I will be sending out an email blast, like I said, tomorrow, Wednesday evening, and Thursday right around 4 o'clock. Those will be the 3 times that I will have that email blast going out. Okay, guys. I got that announcement off of my back. Oh, I've been wanting this. You guys do not know once I got the confirmation. And actually, the whole conversation was, I just said, hey, I got this podcast. I don't even think I had a formal invitation until I followed up by email. Or I might have had a formal invitation and then just forgot I did. Don't ask me how it happened, but it did. Remember that I'm having, and I'll announce about the forum too on that show, even though that's not a part of it, the third party voter forum. But that's a whole separate thing. I'm so glad everybody could join me. Remember to like this video, share this video, comment on this video. You can even comment on this after it goes on the air. I'm appreciative that people were actually watching. I thought, oh boy, I put the wrong time. And I'm going to go back and make sure I have that right time for the show coming up the 19th, and not AM and PM. I think I got PM. I'm pretty sure because I just looked at it. So we're going to have a lot of fun Thursday. We're going to have a lot of fun Thursday talking to the candidate in which this show is named after. Just looking forward to that, and just looking forward to talking to all of you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate it. Have a great evening. I'm going to go get a whole gallon of water because I have read too much. Remember to go to the website at www.cornelwest2024.com, where you can make a donation. You can read the platform in full without me stumbling all over the words. You can learn how to volunteer. It's still not too late to volunteer. Thank you, everyone. Have a fantastic evening. I'll see you all on Thursday. And remember, go West. Thank you. And I'm going to play the outro music, and we'll be ready to go here in just a moment. And we're going to play it here in just a moment. Eventually, if I can find the link, we're going to play that little outro music.